She started working late 3 nights a week with her supposed female colleague, Emily. When I suggested meeting Emily, she insisted that work friends and personal life shouldn't mix. I didn't press the issue. Instead, I called her office asking for Emily. There was no Emily, just a male intern named Aaron who had been assisting her with her projects. My girlfriend Bethany just discovered that inventing fictional coworkers is a poor alibi strategy. Last week, her elaborate tale about working late with her colleague Emily fell apart when I found out Emily didn't exist. But Aaron, the intern, absolutely did. I've been seeing Bethany for about 2 years now. Things were going well until 3 months ago when she suddenly became very committed to her job. She started staying late at the office 3 nights a week, always with the same excuse. Emily needs help with this big project. She's really struggling and asked me to stay late and guide her through everything. Emily became a regular character in Bethany's stories, consistently needing assistance, always requiring Bethany to work late, and conveniently unavailable whenever I suggested meeting her. "I'd love for you to meet Emily," I said one evening. "She sounds really nice. Maybe we could all grab drinks sometime." "Oh, work friends and personal life don't mix," Bethany quickly replied. "Emily's pretty shy anyway. She wouldn't be comfortable with that." Fair enough. Some people keep work and personal life separate. I didn't think much of it until her stories started to get more intricate. Emily was having relationship troubles and needed advice. She was stressed about a presentation and required support. Emily was dealing with family issues and needed someone to confide in. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Bethany was playing therapist to her troubled coworker. "Emily sure seems to have a lot going on," I mentioned one evening. "She's been through a rough patch lately. I'm basically the only person at work she trusts." "That's really nice of you to help her so much. Just being a good friend. You know how it is." I didn't know how it was. What I didn't realize was that Emily was completely made up. I started getting suspicious when Bethany's late nights became incredibly predictable. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, like clockwork, Emily apparently had the worst timing because she always needed help on the exact same days. I also noticed Bethany was dressing differently on Emily nights, better clothes, more makeup. She actually put effort into her appearance. Odd choices for helping a stressed coworker with spreadsheets. "You look really nice tonight," I remarked one Thursday as she was heading out. "Thanks. I mean, I just want to look professional at work." "At 8 p.m. on a Thursday? You and Emily might grab dinner after finishing the project. Nothing fancy, just something quick." More red flags. Bethany used to hate dining out during the week, often complaining about how expensive restaurants were and how she preferred cooking at home. But apparently, Emily was special enough to break that rule. Last Tuesday, I decided to test my theory. I called Bethany's office around 7 p.m., before most people left for the day. "Hi, this is David. I'm looking for Emily. She should be working late tonight." "Emily? What's her last name?" the receptionist asked. "I'm not sure. She works with Bethany in the marketing department." "Hold on. Let me check our directory." Pause. "Sir, I don't see anyone named Emily in marketing. We have Sarah, Jennifer, and Carol, but no Emily. Maybe she's in a different department." I searched our entire company directory. We don't have any employees named Emily. No Emily anywhere in the company, but Bethany was supposedly working late with her every Tuesday and Thursday. "Can you tell me if Bethany is still in the office?" "Yes, she's here. Would you like me to transfer you?" "Actually, who else is working late in marketing tonight?" "Well, there's Bethany and Aaron. Aaron's our new intern. He's been staying late a lot recently." Aaron, not Emily. Aaron, the intern who'd been staying late on the same nights Bethany, was supposedly helping her troubled female coworker. Update 1. Connecting the dots. Wednesday morning, I did some digging on Aaron. I found him easily on the company website, which featured a page showcasing their new interns. Aaron Mitchell, 22 years old, recent marketing graduate, started 3 months ago, the same time Bethany began her late nights with Emily. His LinkedIn profile showed he was eager to learn and was enthusiastic about his internship. He regularly posted about professional development and networking opportunities. A recent graduate trying to make a good impression. But his Instagram told a different story. Photos from nice restaurants on Tuesday and Thursday nights over the past month, with captions about learning so much from my mentor and being grateful for colleagues who invest in my growth. Never revealing who he was with, but the timing matched Bethany's Emily nights perfectly. This kid was documenting his mentoring outings with my girlfriend, while I thought she was helping a fictional coworker. I decided to probe the situation further. I sent Aaron a LinkedIn connection request with a note about my interest in marketing careers. He accepted quickly and responded enthusiastically. Thanks for connecting. I'm really enjoying my internship. The team here is amazing, especially one of the senior colleagues who's been mentoring me. She's taught me so much about client relations and project management. Senior colleague mentoring Tuesday and Thursday meetings, I thought. Aaron genuinely seemed to believe this was normal professional development. That sounds great. What kind of mentoring? Mostly dinner meetings where we discuss strategy and industry trends. She's really invested in helping me understand how the business works. We meet a couple of times a week to go over different aspects of marketing. Dinner meetings for professional development? Aaron was either incredibly naive about workplace relationships, or Bethany was a very convincing manipulator. Update 2. Gathering evidence. I decided to do some casual observation. Thursday night, I drove by Bethany's office around 8 p.m. Her car wasn't in the parking lot. If she was truly working late with Emily, she'd be there. If she was having dinner with Aaron, she'd be somewhere else. I drove through the restaurant district and found her car parked outside Marco's, an upscale Italian restaurant downtown. The same place where we had celebrated my promotion 6 months ago. An expensive choice for a quick dinner with a stressed coworker. I parked across the street and waited. Around 10 p.m., they emerged together. Bethany was in the dress she wore to her sister's wedding, and Aaron was in a button-down shirt, looking like he was trying to impress someone. They stood by her car talking for a few minutes before she drove away. This wasn't a mentoring session. This was a date. Friday morning, I called Bethany's office again. Hi, this is David. I was supposed to meet Emily for lunch today, but I lost her contact information. Could you transfer me to her extension? Sir, we spoke yesterday. We don't have anyone named Emily working here. Are you sure? She works with Bethany. I've checked our entire directory multiple times. There's no Emily. Would you like me to connect you with Bethany instead? No thanks. Emily definitely doesn't exist. Aaron definitely does. Bethany had been lying to me for 3 months about who she was spending her evenings with. Update 3, the confrontation. Saturday morning, I decided to confront her. I had enough evidence to know exactly what was happening. I've been thinking about Emily, I said over coffee. What about her? You've been spending so much time helping her with projects. I'm curious what kind of work you're doing together. Just regular marketing stuff, campaign development, client presentations, that kind of thing. What's Emily's last name? Bethany hesitated. Why do you need to know her last name? Just curious. You talk about her so much. I realize I don't know her full name. It's Wilson. Emily Wilson. And she works in marketing. At your company? Yes. Bethany, I called your office twice this week asking for Emily. They don't have anyone named Emily. They don't have anyone named Emily at all. The color drained from her face. There must be some mistake. I spoke to the receptionist who checked the entire company directory. No Emily anywhere, but they do have Aaron Mitchell, an intern in marketing who's been staying late on Tuesday and Thursday nights. I don't know what you're talking about. Aaron's been posting about his mentoring sessions on social media, dinner meetings with a senior colleague who's helping him learn the business. Same nights you've been working late with Emily. Bethany sat silently, likely trying to figure out how to salvage her story. Bethany, who is Emily? Emily is. She's a consultant. She doesn't work directly for the company. A consultant who needs help with projects but doesn't appear in any company records? It's complicated. What's complicated is that you've been lying to me for 3 months. Emily doesn't exist. Aaron does. You've been having dinner with a 22-year-old intern while telling me you're helping a troubled female coworker. Aaron is just a colleague. I've been helping him adjust to professional life by taking him to expensive restaurants and lying about it. We were discussing his career development. Does Aaron know he's discussing career development? Because his Instagram posts suggest he thinks you're dating. Update 4. The truth comes out. Bethany realized she was cornered and finally began to reveal the truth. Aaron had started his internship 3 months ago and was eager to learn from seasoned colleagues. She had begun mentoring him, which gradually turned into dinner meetings and personal conversations. It wasn't supposed to become anything, she said. He's just this enthusiastic kid who thinks I'm brilliant. It felt good to be admired like that. So, you decided to spend 3 nights a week with him while lying to me about it? I didn't want to make you jealous. I knew you'd be uncomfortable if you knew I was spending time with a young guy who clearly has a crush on me. So, you created a fictional female coworker to cover it up? Emily just seemed easier to explain than the real situation. What is the real situation, Bethany? Aaron and I have been having dinner and talking about work and life. He's easy to talk to and makes me feel accomplished and successful. And you told him you were single? I didn't explicitly tell him that, but I didn't mention you either for 3 months. I didn't want to complicate the mentoring relationship. You mean you didn't want to complicate your affair? We never did anything physical. It was just dinner and conversation. Bethany, you've been emotionally cheating on me for 3 months while constructing an elaborate lie to cover it up. That's not mentoring. Final update. I broke up with Bethany that day. She spent another hour trying to convince me that her relationship with Aaron was purely professional, but the evidence was undeniable. 3 months of lies, secret dinners, and emotional closeness with someone she allowed to develop feelings for her. The following Monday, I called Aaron. He deserved to learn the truth about the situation he'd been manipulated into. Aaron, this is David. I'm Bethany's boyfriend. We need to talk. The conversation was eye-opening. Aaron genuinely believed Bethany was single and had been developing feelings for her over their dinner meetings. She'd been sharing details about her life, interests, and goals, everything except the fact that she had a boyfriend. We've been having dinner twice a week for months. I thought we were getting to know each other personally. She's been telling me she was working late with a female coworker named Emily. There's no Emily in our department. It's been just me and Bethany staying late. I know Emily doesn't exist. Aaron was quiet for a moment. So she's been lying to both of us. Looks that way. Aaron ended his mentoring relationship with Bethany immediately, feeling terrible about unknowingly being part of her deception. He requested to work with a different supervisor for the rest of his internship. Bethany tried reaching out for about a week afterward, leaving messages explaining that she'd made a mistake and wanted to work things out, that Aaron meant nothing to her, and she'd been foolish to let things develop. But the damage was done. She'd spent 3 months constructing an elaborate lie that required inventing a fictional coworker while leading a young intern to believe she was available and interested in him romantically. The most absurd part is that Bethany's deception was entirely unnecessary. If she had lost interest in our relationship and wanted to pursue someone else, she could have just ended things honestly. Instead, she created this elaborate fiction that fell apart the moment someone verified whether Emily actually existed. Aaron learned a valuable lesson about workplace relationships and professional boundaries. I learned that some people would rather weave intricate lies than have straightforward, honest conversations. And Bethany learned that fictional employees don't withstand basic fact-checking. Emily, the troubled coworker, turned out to be Aaron, the eager intern who thought he was being mentored by a single woman interested in his career development. Sometimes, the truth is much simpler than the lies people tell to conceal it.